Greetings, dear friend. Today, I find myself contemplating a truth not so often spoken about. It's a truth that speaks to the heart of human struggle, a bittersweet paradox that Fyodor Dostoevsky, one of the greatest writers of the 19th century, so beautifully captured in his literature. The harder you try, the worse it gets. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Aren't we taught from our earliest days to strive, to push, to work tirelessly towards our goals? Yet Dostoevsky, in his infinite wisdom, urges us to pause and reconsider. Let's delve into the depths of this philosophy, unravel its intricacies, and seek to understand how it speaks to us on a deeply personal and psychological level. Imagine, if you will, seated alone in a small wooden boat, nestled within the grandeur of a vast river. Its currents are strong and unpredictable, ceaselessly tugging at your vessel. You row against the current with all your strength, the muscles in your arms burning with the effort. Yet the more you struggle, the more intense the current seems to grow, and the less progress you make. The river's obstinate flow mocks your futile attempts to steer. This image, my dear friend, is more than a mere scenario. It is a poignant metaphor for the journey of life as envisaged by Fyodor Dostoevsky. He argues that life, akin to this river, charts its own path, unyielding and indifferent to our individual exertions. We paddle fervently against the current, our brows furrowed, sweat trickling down, yet often we find ourselves regressing instead of progressing, dragged backwards by the invisible and inexplicable undertow. As we struggle, our dreams, symbolized by the distant shores, seem to drift further away. Our striving, ironically, appears to make them more elusive, not because our efforts lack merit or dedication, but because we grapple against the tide instead of understanding its rhythms. In Dostoevsky's literary universe, characters like the tormented Raskolnikov in Crime and Punishment, or the defiant Ivan in The Brothers Karamazov, personify this existential struggle. These individuals resist the inevitable flow of their existence, their actions spurred by an indomitable will and desperate determination to alter their destined courses. Yet, their resistance, instead of liberating them, ensnares them further into the quagmire of despair, their souls shattered by the very struggles they believed would set them free. You may have sensed echoes of this struggle in your own journey, a disquieting feeling of life becoming increasingly elusive the more tightly you try to clutch it. Maybe you've labored tirelessly towards an ambition, a dream that was within your sight, but only to witness it retreating further into the abyss, seemingly unreachable despite your utmost efforts. This is not a criticism of your endeavor or an evaluation of your journey, but rather, a profound revelation of the human condition and our inherent struggle against the tide of existence. So, what is the solution to this relentless strife? How do we navigate this turbulent river of life? How do we reconcile with the inexorable passage of time that carries us along its current, often against our will? Dostoevsky, with his intuitive understanding of human psyche, proposes a profound yet unsettling resolution. He entreats us to surrender, to let go. A shiver runs down our spines as we contemplate Dostoevsky's wisdom. To surrender to life's unpredictability. To discard the comforting yet fallacious belief in our own omnipotence. To acknowledge the frailty of our own will against the formidable tide of existence. This, indeed, is a daunting proposition. It might feel as if we are being beckoned to yield to the ravenous jaws of the chaotic cosmos, to surrender ourselves to the whims of an unpredictable and merciless river, devoid of any semblance of control. The surrender that Dostoevsky proposes does not encourage apathy or a passive acceptance of our fate. It is not an invitation to be silent spectators of our own unfolding narratives, succumbing to whatever fate may hand us. No, far from it. Dostoevsky's plea is a call to a more profound understanding of life and our existence within it. He invites us to immerse ourselves in the very essence of life's unceasing oscillations, to harmonize with the hypnotic lullaby of its ebbs and flows, to find strength not in domination, but in resonance with the tide of existence. His philosophy propels us towards the heart of an exquisite paradox, that true control, the mastery we seek over our lives, is uncovered not in the stubborn grip of resistance, but in the delicate art of surrender. In this act of letting go, we do not find defeat, but liberation, the sweet release of shackles we had unknowingly fastened upon ourselves. Yet, the concept continues to challenge our conventional wisdom, sending chills down our very core. To acquiesce to the seemingly unforgiving river of life, to lay bare our vulnerability, to dissolve the pretense of our dominion over our lives. This perspective seems akin to voluntarily stepping into the eye of a storm. The thought of such surrender may initially appear to be a call for submission to the maelstrom of life's chaos, to surrender our vessel to the unpredictable caprices of the merciless currents. But Dostoevsky does not champion for passive surrender. His philosophy is not a resignation to fatalism. He does not propose that we yield as mute spectators to the unending drama of our existence. Instead, he prescribes a kind of surrender that is deeply active and profoundly engaged. He suggests that we attune ourselves to the nuanced symphony of life's natural rhythm, that we learn to dance with the currents of existence, and that we adjust our strokes in harmony with life's inherent flow. Dostoevsky's philosophy harbors an unconventional wisdom, a wisdom that surrenders not to the looming shadows of defeat, but to the enlightening embrace of acceptance. In this philosophy, the act of surrendering does not signify an abandonment of our vessel, of our purpose, or our dreams, but rather a deeper engagement with them. It's about developing a profound comprehension of the ebbs and flows of life, recognizing the cyclic nature of existence, the rise and the fall, the growth and decay, the joy and sorrow, and adjusting our sails to harness the energy of these oscillating currents, rather than fruitlessly resisting them. Consider for a moment the water lily, serene and tranquil in its pond. It does not wrestle with the water, but rather allows itself to be carried, to be cradled by the very entity that sustains it. This is the ethos that Dostoevsky beckons us to adopt. Only by surrendering to the river of existence can we truly learn to navigate it, to derive meaning from its unpredictable surges, to find solace in its calm depths. It is an approach that requires not just courage, but acceptance, not just will, but a deep-rooted trust in the natural course of our lives. It's about redefining our relationship with life, our interactions with the universe. It's about finding our place in the grand tapestry of existence, not as dominators, but as co-creators. It's about engaging in an intricate dance with the cosmos, one that requires both leading and following, asserting and yielding, resilience and surrender. It's about recognizing that we are both sculptor and sculpture, shaping and being shaped by the rhythms of the universe. This philosophy prompts us to undertake a journey inward, to reflect on our own lives, to question whether we have been trying to swim against the natural course of our existence. Do we dictate the path of our lives with the stubborn belief that we alone know what is best for us? Or do we still our minds, listen to the subtle whispers of the universe, aligning our sails with the wind instead of obstinately trying to steer against it? Dostoevsky's perspective urges us to challenge the societal programming that teaches us to force our way through life, to continually strive for dominance over nature, over others, over our own selves. Instead, he implores us to trust the process, to understand that sometimes our struggles might be the very things holding us back from reaching our desired shores. So, dear friend, as you traverse the intricate labyrinth of your own life, remember that the struggle against the current may only serve to push you further away from your goals. Instead of resisting the course of the river, learn to move with it, to comprehend its ebbs and flows. Understand that you are not weak for choosing to stop struggling, rather you are wise, for you realize that the real strength lies not in fighting against the tides of life, but in riding them with grace and dignity. The harder you try, the worse it gets. This seems to be a confounding paradox. Yet, within this paradox lies a profound truth, a clarion call to embrace life in all its chaotic, unfathomable, and beautiful intricacy. This, dear friend, is the philosophy of Fyodor Dostoevsky. It's a philosophy that is not just about understanding literature or the human condition, but about living our lives in a more harmonious, authentic, and ultimately fulfilling way. Let this wisdom seep into your being. Let it inspire you to look at your own struggles through a new lens, and let it guide you as you journey through the river of life, moving not against, but with the flow.